Well, hey, good morning, everybody. It is Monday morning, and it is Nugget of Truth time with Pastor Matt. I don't have a sign that says so. I do have a balloon from yesterday that says World's Best Dad, so that's cool. I don't know how official that is, but it's nice to have the balloon. And Nugget of Truth number 66. God's promises are true and lasting. I don't have to assert myself to protect my rights or best interests. Abram did not choose the best land because he knew God made a covenant with him. So there's this story in the Old Testament where Abram and Lot are moving into a new area, and Abram's the elder, he's the uncle, and Lot is his nephew. That's how that works. And obviously, Abram had every right to say, hey, I am going over here to the best land. You go over here to the land that's not so great. And but instead, he gives Lot the right to choose. And, Lot probably thought, what the heck? And sure enough, Lot chose the better land. So why did Abram not assert his rights? Why did Abram let Lot choose? And boy, there's probably a lot more going on in the story than we realize. But the one lesson we can learn from it is that Abram trusted God. Abram knew that, God had his back. So he didn't always have to assert himself. And how much do we assert ourselves to protect our rights, to protect our interests, to protect our desires? And what does that show about our trust in God or our lack of trust? Now, I'm not saying you live your life like a wet noodle and just get pushed around and, taken advantage of. And unfortunately, there are believers who kind of live that way. And I'm not saying that's the way to go. But at the heart, do you feel like you need to defend yourself? And what's behind that heart attitude? And if your heart attitude is, if I don't defend myself, if I don't assert this right, if I don't do this, then nobody will. And does that kind of betray a lack of trust? And there are lots of times when it goes back to that word trust. Lots of times people ask, what is God teaching you in this season? And you might not have an answer, and that's fine. I'm not going to. But for me, if somebody were to ask me that, because there's lots of times I wouldn't know how to answer that question, I'll be completely transparent with you. But in this season, for whatever reason, does God want my obedience? Yes. Does God want my affections? Yes. God, But I think God wants me to trust him. So God wants our trust. Yes, he wants our obedience. Yes, he wants us to worship him. But he wants us to trust him. And if you're always asserting yourself, if I don't do it, nobody else, if I don't stick up for myself, nobody else will. Does that kind of belie or betray or reveal a lack of trust? So Abram trusted God. And so he was able to not assert his right, and he was able to let Lot pick the better land because he knew that God was still going to show him favor. So, all right, that's it. Have a great day. Have a great week. Next Sunday night, I don't want to plug DRC stuff too much, but next Sunday night we're having a frozen yogurt. Sweet Dog is the name of the place. They're going to bring their truck. And we're going to have Sweet Dog on the lawn next Sunday night at 6:30 at the building as we kind of ramp up reopening. Everybody is feeling good in our home. I think Emily would say she's back to 95%, if not better. But we're still laying low the next few days. All right. But thanks for asking those who have wondered. All right. Take care. God bless. Have a great week. Bye-bye.